Had to squeeze on through here. Shalom, shalom. Hello, everyone in the live chat. I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm running late, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. And the topic today is I have peace. I am at peace. That's the topic. I am at peace. Oh boy. From what I just heard, I'm just so overwhelmed. And I feel really good, you guys. I really feel really good in my spirit. You have to know where I'm coming from. Hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you. And this is going to cover I am at peace. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Uh, I was listening to a man. He said that he is a prophet. He was also at one time a pastor and a teacher. And he said he is a prophet. I sit back and I think about how much uh, pure spirit and truth that I rumble out of my mouth. Out of my mouth, I put out these things, that spirit and truth. And when I heard this man, mm, 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 I know for a fact that he had to have seen my video. Had to have. It's no way he would have been able to nail that without. It's where he went. He went all the way there. And when he went there, I'm like, wait a minute, brother. Where are you coming from? And it felt good. It felt good. To me, it ain't important who listen to the videos or who take this out of it or take this or who see or hear this. It ain't important to me. It's that they get it. You know what I'm saying? That a higher suffered them to get it to the point where what do? They climb on top of it. That's the same thing I say unto you all in the live chat. When Sister Deborah is talking, you get on top of that. You climb above Sister Deborah. You don't stay at the level I'm at. You go above Sister Deborah. That's what you need to be doing. That's what you should do. If a higher place you in the presence of Sister Deborah, it's not to stay at the level Sister Deborah is at. Sister Deborah is at the level in which he had called her. It's for you to go higher than where she's at. Higher in the spiritual wisdom, higher in the spiritual knowledge, higher in the spiritual understanding. Because what? The days in which we are in, he saved the best for last. So you all are the best. He saved you all for the last. So you don't stay at the level of Sister Deborah's thinking and the way she is able to grip spirit and truth. You go way above her. You go way beyond. You seek a higher to go beyond what this little old lady is saying. You don't stay at the same level that she's at. You go way and beyond. And that's what I was used to say to you all when we was in the live chat. I always said, you all supposed to be expounding on what I'm saying, meaning going higher or going deeper. And when I heard this man, I said, truly a prophet. Before him to dig in and to take that part of what I've said, I think I probably said it in about 6 or more videos. And I'm going to tell you the part I have said. I'm going to wait till more come in on the live, and I'm gonna speak it again so they can hear it. They might be able to nail the part I have said so many times within 6 or maybe 7 times in videos. But this individual, he went beyond what I have even dipped into. Now he's older than I am, but it don't have anything to do with age. It's where y'all want you all to be. You see? He knows we are in a race. We got to get to the finish line, and he's the only one going to take us there. But in his process of taking us to the finish line, we got to get our tails up and run. You see what I'm saying? We got to run like we running for him. We're working it. We are wanting to get to the finish line just to get a ribbon from Yah. You know, that's how we have to see this thing, this old wicked, evil life. You know, it was said in the Bible, he that hate this life finds his life, and he that likes this life loses his life. And that is 100, child. It's what it's saying is, you like this life in your flesh, this is your life. You better enjoy it, because you're going to lose your eternal life. See, you can't like this life in this flesh. I don't care what Sister Deborah is saying. And when she's telling you end game and all of that, it's over. You got to grip that. That is truth. The truth of the matter is not because she's just saying something. She don't know what she's saying. No, it is over. Why? Do you know how long it's been existing? If Sister Deborah said to you all that everything you see today is a product of yesterday that was hidden, so that which is in the dark, which was in the dark, shall come to the light in the last days. Okay? Things have to come to the light now. Everything has to come from under the bottom and up to the top. You see? Everything has to be revealed. Okay? So therefore, when you thinking that, okay, this life, I just love this life in the flesh. Well, baby, you can love your life in this flesh, but know that after this is over, at the end, you lose it. You got to hate this life, because this life that you're living in the flesh wasn't to be something that you're supposed to, oh, I love it. Oh, it's wonderful. Why do you think Solomon, richest man on the face of the earth, had everything, and then Yah blessed him to know what was under the sun? And what did he do that for? What did he do that for? After Solomon had learned everything Ahiah had suffered him to see, Solomon turned around and said, that's it, Deborah. It's over, Deborah. I said, well, what you mean, Solomon? What are you talking about, Solomon? What are you talking about, Solomon? He said, it's over, Deborah. It's finished. Everything, Deborah, is vain and vexed. That means worthless. And everybody is chasing something that they can love and like and praise and glorify and uplift and subscribe to and praise and put people on pedestals. And he said, you're supposed to not like this life. What life is that? The one in your flesh. Your flesh life. You're not supposed to like it. You're not supposed to like it. Because if you don't like it, know that on the other side, you're going to gain life. Life in the what? Spirit. But if you like this fleshly life, okay, you like the fleshly life, okay, don't look for nothing on the other side. You see what I'm saying? You got to not like this fleshly life. Why? Because it's loaded with sin, y'all, and wicked and evil. We need to stop trying to make a higher wrong so we can live right. That's sickening. We got to call it what it is. But it don't mean you give up the race. You keep on running. You keep on running. So when I heard this prophet talk about something that was very important that I have spoke about, I was like, I love that Father. I love the way a higher rumble. Woo! That Creator can rumble, y'all. He can rumble. Because this man sat there and he said it in probably 2 or 3 sentences. And I was like, did he really go there, Father Ahiah? He said, yes, Deborah, he went there. Oh, wait a minute, Father, y'all. Come on now, tell me, did he really go there? He said, yes, he did, Deborah. I said, no. Did he really go there? It made me feel so good. It made me feel good to hear a brother come out touching 100 in understanding what I meant. And I'm going to tell you what it was. You know how I tell y'all, if they miss Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, those two is when everything was perfect. They have missed the whole book. I said, because everything can be founded in that. They don't even know who that is. They don't even know who us is. And I've been saying that for a little while now. And this man just broke it down. He broke it down better than Sister Deborah. And I give the Most High all glory and honor for allowing this man to be able. And so what? If he did hear Sister Deborah, which I know he had to have, because the way he said it. But I give Ahia all praises for choosing him to see and search what Sister Deborah was saying and let Ahia climb on top of it and give him more revelation of it. And it was beautiful. Beautiful. I said, that's what I'm talking about. It ain't no he and she and nothing. We meet. He created us to meet one another so we can meet the will of the Father, so all the will of the Father can come forth. It ain't about you for her and she for you. No, it's meeting. That's why he called them. He didn't say her and him. He said them. And he makes sure everything he called out in the chapter 1 of Genesis, he called it out for them. What this mess you see in this world today, especially among the Hebrew Israelites, is a lie, and the devil is in the midst of it. Misleading these men to believe it's about him and not them. You see what I'm saying? Now, yesterday, the reason why Ahia has suffered it to show up and show out about what they've been doing and how all the sin is really based on the forefathers and the men is because he said, Deborah, you know how you've been telling them people on that Deborah platform about really who I am in the beginning? Let us in the beginning, let and it was, and let and it was, let and it was. He said, you remember you was telling all that? When males came around and converted it all. See, y'all know what he talking about. See, women didn't have a chance to vote. They couldn't come to meetings. They couldn't come to nothing. They wasn't able to do nothing throughout life. Men took that. They took the way that Ahia had orchestrated his will, and they decided to go in and make it their way, but they didn't understand. Y'all was going to already let you go that way because he saw the way you was going to cut up from the floor up before the foundation of the world. So he allowed everything to go according to what he knew in the heavens that you would turn and convert. And what he's saying is they, as males, have converted everything that he stood for and that he stand for. They have converted it. And they walking around with their chest out. We kings, we leaders. Just like them heathens and Gentiles. Act like they exempt from anything that can come on upon them by the right hand of the Father. They don't think nothing's going to happen to them. But they don't understand the Most High allowed you to continue your wicked and evil because you went in and you converted his 2 chapters, chapter 1 of Genesis and chapter 2. So this prophet, he came back. He went all the way. He went right back to the beginning, like I told y'all. He went right back at it, and he said, not only that, guess what he said? He said, Messiah, a Hamashiach. Yep, you're right, bro. That's who it was. That's who us was. So everybody want to say that is Christ. Not that it's Christ. That is Yeshua. Everybody want to say it's something else, an angel, or this is just this, and it was just nothing. No, baby. He knew what he was doing, the first 2 chapters, but I like what the Most High allowed that man to speak. And I'm going to finish it once I get off of this live. I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to his whole thing because I loved his whole message. His whole message was really good. And as I was listening, I said, wait a minute. Did he say what I just heard him say? I had to bag that thing up. I said, oh, see, when you're thinking people are not listening to certain people, don't be fooled. Spirit and truth is going to be heard if everybody's in their grave. See, that's what people don't understand. When Sister Deborah is talking about spirit and truth, I'm talking about the power that rests in spirit and truth. Everything was spirit and truth before it even came forth. So what makes you think everything that's forth is here to tell any truth or bring it to the forefront of where it started? in spirit. And it is truth. Ahaya is all truth. So we have to see him for who he is. So all this stuff about, oh, if only you believe, faith. They don't even understand. Faith is a spirit, child. It is one of y'all's spirit that he ushered into us so it can hold us up in believing that he is all that and some. Do you think this nasty flesh right here on this devil platform, Sister Deborah, can have faith in anything? No, flesh can't have faith. Only Sister Deborah's spirit. And how do I gain it if it's in my spirit? I have to get it from a higher. Search your scripture. It'll tell you faith is a spirit. See, you see how messed up? They just took everything out of the true power. You know, that's why he's saying they denying the power. Because the true power is spirit and truth. And it's the spirit and truth of the matter of any and everything. It's who Ahaya is. But no one wants to really go in that. But now to Sister Deborah, I'm at peace. I'm all at peace with knowing that my Father, Ahaya, will give this thing to whom he desires. And I love that. Because just hearing this prophet, you know, it made me see that Ahaya chooses whom he has already, how would I say it, shaped and mold spirit and truth in and let them speak. Because when I heard him say what he said, I was like, wait a minute, Father, y'all, he said it the identical way I said it. He had to have heard me. And the Father said, it don't matter who he heard spirit and truth. And ain't nothing wrong with somebody speaking spirit and truth. And that's what he was doing. And I thought that was beautiful. And then I began to just thank the Most High for even allowing my ears to hear him say it. You know, I've heard it. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I can run this race as close to the finish line as possible. Matter of fact, I can run it all the way through. Because if it's one person that the Most High would pour out his spirit so that they too shall know that this thing has always been spirit and truth, and everything else is a lie and the truth ain't in them. You see? So I thank the Most High for that. And also I wanted to tell you all, I did get the blessing. I end up with a blessing today. So if I receive the blessing today, yours got to be on its way. I received 5 times. That's how many times? 5 times. 1,000. 5 times. I didn't have to pay it back. I don't have to do anything. I received it. And you know what? It was for my rent. And when they emailed me today that we paid 5 months, I was like, blessed be the name of the Most High Ahaya. So those that don't think that when you gave your dollar that y'all ain't coming through. One thing about me, I'm a person that's a giver. I don't look for nothing no way. So I think I wasn't even paying no attention or looking for any, and what happened? Bam! I give Ahaya all praise and glory. Hallelujah. So I was just wanted to share that also today to let you know he's still who he said he is. And he would do what he said he's going to do. And this don't put no time period on him. But one thing I thought about is what he said. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And I mean, bad as I didn't want to do the GoFundMe dollar thing, y'all, Sister Deborah ain't into stuff like that. They right now telling me, well, ma'am, you need to, what they say, put information so you can be, so it can go on to your bank account. I ain't even thinking nowhere near that, because I would love to just leave it there. I'm going to I'm gonna put the 3 times that amount. So whenever someone come on here, if they know somebody that's in need, even if it's just a small amount, we don't care. We just want to be a blessing to somebody. And that's when Sister Deborah will put the information to pull it to send to someone. Anybody that comes on the live chat, I'm speaking to you too. So it's not something that I'm looking at and this I'm going to 3 times. I'm going to 3 times it. Okay, where it's at, I'm going to 3 times the amount. And what I'm going to do is just leave it there. I'm not going to put my account, my bank account, or whatever that old crap they putting on there. You got to put something on here so that we can how did they say it? So it can go on to, what did they say? Onto the account, onto your account, something like that. But I haven't even been bothered with that, because I just was being obedient. And I thank the Most Higher for what He has done, in the way that He has done what He has done. And I also sign off, like I say, whenever you get that gift card, make sure you let Sister Deborah know that you did receive it. Kate J. Okay. I want, it's such a, what y'all might not even, I don't know if y'all can grip the individual that I am. It's just nothing, I'm just at the point where nothing means anything. Just seeing him pour out his blessing. And I feel that I was blessed, just being blessed, just to be here and be able to stand with him. I think that's a blessing to me alone. So when he poured out that, and I looked on my email and they said they paid 5 times, Father, no, you didn't, So the thing about it is that I know that what he can do. And I know, and I knew what he can do. Don't put no limit on him. Don't put no chain on him. Don't put no time period. Don't put nothing. But when the blessing comes, he's going to always let you remember the dollar amount in which you have given. You see, he's going to bring it right back to your remembrance. That's what the Ruach does. He brings things back to your remembrance. That's a part of his characteristics. So, like I say, I was excited for the prophet and what he said. I was really, it just did something to me. Woo! It really did. So I titled this, I Am at Peace, because truly I am. Yes, thank you. Let me know. Okay. And normally that's what they do. When we get on live, they let me know, Sister Deborah, I got it. So I've done this more than about 3 times. So it's that's normally how it goes. But I thank the Most High Yah for each and every last one of you all. And I want you all to keep seeking the face of the Most High Yah in his spirit and truth realm. And when I say that I am at peace, truly I am at peace. And that means that Yah has brought me to a humble level that, Deborah, it's not about subscribers. It's not about likes. It's not about praise. It's about spirit and truth. And I already told you, very few shall find their end. They're not, if he already prophesied and spoke it, that means we're not going to override it. You see, it's going to be exactly like he said that it is. Okay, so I give him all praise and glory and honor. So many blessings, because I said to him, it's been a couple of weeks. I said, you know what, Father, it'll really be good to have a friend where all the things I do alone. I do. I go places, baby, miles from here. I do things all alone, and in the process of alone, I have a higher I talk to all the time. So, uh, 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 this one guy, he came to the store last week, and he came this week. He came today, and he was talking about, come on now, we should just let's be best friends. You know, I'm looking for a friend. You know, his wife died of cancer 13 years ago, and he was saying how he liked to, you know, do different activities, and the strangest thing, y'all, he likes to do everything I like to do, and I was like, wow. So that I'm hoping that that is the one that the Most High is sending, so that we can do activities together. You know, because honestly, I go all the way out. I go too many places to be by myself, and my kids be all the time saying, "Mama, you going over in that community?" Yep, they ain't nobody scared of them. When you post it, I'm coming if that's what I want to do. You know, so it's just everything that I do, even if I start back uh, feeding uh, uh, families at the shelter, and you know all that stuff that I used to do. Just getting someone, having someone there that you can just talk to, because just listening to him, he's like the type that this guy is like the type. He both of us the same age, and he likes to correct me, and I like that. I like that because he'll say, "Now, Deborah, don't put all your apples in the same basket, and don't." He always on me about little things, you know. You need to try to cut down on your prices. He always got something to say. But you can, if you hear us talking, you say, y'all got to be sisters and brothers. I mean, because we like so much things. I mean, the same thing. So I think that I'm hoping that the Most High will get in the midst of that, and I believe that Ahaya is answering my prayer, because that's what I was saying. And my kids will love the fact that there's someone, instead of my mama going out here, you know, going all these different places, and she have to text us address of where she going and everything. This way, she got somebody going with her, and that's the main thing he was saying, is that it's so many things you and I got in common. We can do these things, and you know, and have fun and be just best friends, you know. And I said that might work. That might work. Uh, um, so I just, like I say again, I just thank the Most High for all that He is, all that He was, and all that He's going to be uh, in the days to come. But it is not going to erase the fact that it's over. It's finished. And that's what something I put before the Most High. I said, Father, it's really over. It's finished. I said, I'm not looking for nobody to be intimate, or I'm just looking for somebody that I can sit down and talk to, and they can tell me if I'm wrong, if I say certain things, if I go certain places, they enjoy the places that we go, then we can just do things like that. We both love thrift stores. We both love estate sales. We both love purchasing storage auctions. I mean, those are all the things that him and I, we like all these things, and we just talk about anything. That's another thing. We end up just, every time we talk, we just talk about any and everything. But he's real bad at correcting you. Oh yeah, and that's fine, because that's what a friend is. A friend is somebody that ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear, or they ain't gonna stand around and let you just say anything. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody that's honest enough to say, hey, back it up. You know what I'm saying? So I thank the Most High for that as well. You know, so there's a lot of issues, I would say, that's taking place. I want to tell you all that that code is still out there. Okay, it is like I've told people over and over and over again, a biochemical. It is it was created in the lab. Okay, uh, and through the mercy and grace of the Most High, or higher, that defeats sin, transgression, in iniquity, wicked and evil. Let me tell you something. He can defeat that. Okay. So I will say that again, that we must turn to spirit and truth in any and everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Seek spirit and truth. Ask the Most High to tell you what this little old lady is talking about when she talk about spirit and truth. Because spirit and truth is going to tell you the truth of the matter of every issue that everybody is deceiving many and lying about. Then y'all say, wait a minute, I come to give you life and life abundant. We have to understand what that is. It is not flesh and blood and the materialistic things of the world. Okay? It's deeper than that. Okay? So we have to be able to step into his realm. See, Yah's realm is spirit and truth. Our realm is flesh and blood. You see what I'm saying? We have to come out of our realm to step into his realm to get a fullness of who he is. Anybody in the live chat have any questions? If you have any questions, or you can have answers, uh please feel free to go in. So I thank the Most High for such a blessed evening, as always. Okay, I want to show y'all something here. You know what else I learned, y'all? I learned that reincarnation, I think that's what the world calls it, when someone comes back after they have passed away and they come back in a different time period. That's what the Most High in the last 2 weeks was revealing to me. And I was like, but Father, it's not in a higher, it's not called reincarnation. I think I'm saying in reincarnation. That's not what it's called. It's a spiritual term for it. And it's real, y'all. It is realer than real. I never accepted reincarnation, but I did understand the spiritual side of someone passing away, and years later, you bring forth children that passed away, and all the characteristics of the one that passed away falls in the characteristics of the one that he returned unto you again. And I have two sons. I have three really that had passed away, and I know for a fact that the three matches the identity of the three that had passed away. See, Haya is one that does not. He what he said. He bless and bless it, and he takes it away. Blessed be the name of Ahia, Ahia. Look at Job. Job had his, and what happened? Job was given back exactly what he lost. You see what I'm saying? Tell me, ain't that beautiful? How Ahia brought back children. You see? That which he taken away, he remembered. And that's how we have to understand that he is. He has that power to do these sort of things. Now, Job and his wife, what are they doing sitting around having babies? You see how Ahia does this? You see, they turned around and had 7 sons and 3 daughters. They turned around and had those same children in Job. Yes, he did. Sure did. We call it reincarnation, but Ahia has a spiritual term for it. But the way he described it to me is, I never forgot you. He said, I never forgot you. I like that, because he's saying, I won't give, I will give and I will take away, but blessed still be my name. You see? But he turned right back around and give you what he have taken away. That's when you know. That's when you know who he is in thee. You see, you can't let people tell you and put him. You can't. Sister Deborah can't afford to let people put him low. I won't have it. You can't put him down like he's a man. You can't put him down like he's lower. No. You got to put him where he belongs. Because in the process of putting him low, you're trying to make him like unto a man. No, he ain't. He is the creator of all things. He is the beginning and the end. And like I say, everything between. And all power in the heavens and on the earth rests in his right hand. So who are you going to make him? Why are we going to make him lesser than what he is? And he all power, he all everything. It don't make any sense. But that's what we do based on our actions and the way we conduct ourselves and the way we think. You see? It's sad. It really is. It's very sad. You know? So, and you said, can you provide the channel of the prophet that expound on Genesis 1 and 2? Where he's at, he's called Chasing Your History. Chasing Your History. I think that's what it's called. Chase, that's the name of his channel. Now, where you would get tied up listening to him is if Ahia don't open you up to hear what he said, you're going to get thrown off what he said very much. But with me, I can't get thrown off because everything he's saying is spirit and truth. But then when he get into that conversation and he began to talk about in Genesis when it says let, hallelujah. I know for a fact I was the only one on this devil platform ever said something like that. But to hear him, I praise the Most High for him. Bless him, Father, for you are great. For you, Ahia, are great. Because for me to hear that, I don't normally listen to this man, okay? I've listened to him several times, but everything he's saying in there, it's going to throw you off because you have to be in spirit and truth to really understand what he's saying. Now, when you go there in his last video, you're going to one that he mentioned it about the Genesis in chapter 1, in chapter 2. He's mentioning Genesis when it says let. He's a den of, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go and break that down. Yes, that's him. That's him. That's him. What he's saying is that's him. That's him. You got him. What he's saying is spirit and truth, and he has clammed on top of what Sister Deborah is saying. Have said. That means he went way and beyond what I have said. You see what I'm saying? So if one can't digest what I have said, then you're not going to really digest what he is saying. You have to be able to digest the level of what I speak, because where he's speaking is above the level I am at. Okay, I give all praise. I ain't gonna sit here trying to make myself above nothing. Only where y'all have called me, but I give him the praise. Because what he's saying, even the beginning of his message, is so true. Because another prophet in Israel talking all this yang, 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 it's a female, about people moving down to getting out of Babylon, and everything he's saying is 100. It is 100. And I like it because I know that it's spirit and truth. That's why this is what he means when he said you will know them by the fruit. Because they'll be speaking spirit and truth. This fruit he talking about is not flesh and blood, y'all, speaking and teaching. It is fruit of the spirit and truth. So yes, and it's really good. I think it's really good. Matter of fact, I think it's really good because I was listening to it almost at the end, almost past half, is when he mentioned let us. We got to understand that Hamashiach was present. And when he said that, I'm like, Father, y'all know you did not. And see how y'all did it. I listened to what the man was saying. And then also when he said that part, I was like, I'm off of here. I'm off because it felt so good. I'm finna go live because it felt so good to hear the brother speak those messages, the message in which he was saying. And see, again, he was above what I was speaking. He was on top of what I was speaking, meaning that that's where you want to go. You want to go to somebody who who are speaking at a higher level than Sister Deborah, because that's where we at. That's where we at. You can't stand at a certain level and just remain there. You got to know, y'all have to take you like we are running the end of the race. And that's the way. Don't go backwards and sort of listening to people who ain't talking about nothing. They want to cover every issue in the world and wants to pretend they're teaching you something about the Bible, and they have no spirit and truth that rests within them. Okay, so I really got a kick out of him. And yes, you're right. That's his name. That is his name. Shalom. But yeah, it was good. It's good. And then, like I say, now when you hear him, don't get thrown off. You have to be in spirit and truth to understand what he's saying. I understand exactly what he said 100% time, 100%. Because he way before he get to that topic of what I was talking about, I understood everything he was saying. And as I was just walking around the house saying, yep, that is so true. That's true. That's true. Because that's the fruit he says. You'll know them. Let me say that again. That's the fruit the Most High, a higher wants you to understand when he say, and you shall know them by their fruit. A lot of people want you to think that you represent, all you have to do is look at where they at, how many subscribers they got, how many likes, how many people come on their live, how many people come to on and comment, how many people, how long they've been on here, what is their message. And then earlier today, I kind of felt sad because I said, Father, seemed like if you don't put a certain title to your message, they definitely ain't coming nowhere near your message. It shows you that they so worldly mindset. They want you to say, oh, someone got killed, or this person. They want you to add the world with the message of Yah, which is spirit and truth. That's how they want you to do it. Sister Deborah ain't gonna rumble that way. I'm not gonna give it. I was telling that to the Most High. I'm not going that route, Father. I'm not gonna put a title on these messages. I'm gonna put it the way you give it to me and feeling it. I'm not gonna put stuff that people see, because they learned how to get people to come to their page. One way they learned is to graph everything in the world. Make sure, and then they try to wrap Yah around it. You see what I'm saying? Instead of putting everything Yah is saying in spirit and truth and wrap the world around it, they turn it around and they put the worldly issue and then try to wrap some type of spiritual or some type of information regarding the Bible around it. You can't do it. Y'all see that they don't even understand. Y'all got your number. He got your number. He had your number before the foundation of the world. He knew who you are, and were going to be, because they thinking that they can use this platform to cover all the worldly issues to get the likes and subscribers and the praise. You see? And then they want to turn around and take Yah and wrap it around the issue in which they talking about. Baby, he got your number. He said he don't share his glory, and nor do he would share his praise. He ain't going to let you get the glory and the praise for who he is and what he do and what he has done. No, you keep it yourself. That's your portion. That's what you entitled to. You want to praise the world and the issues of the world. I don't care what it is. All of us are dealing with all these issues that's in the world. It's real. It's live. It's for real. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We're going to go and touch the hem of a highest garment through Yeshua HaMashiach, because that HaMashiach is that right hand power. That's what we're going to do. We ain't going to go around here putting every issue of the world before we wrap anything around a higher is spirit and truth. That comes first. So if you seeing things that's happening, you nail it by reading. Go to Revelation. That's the best thing to do nowadays, is to go to Revelation, because Revelation is walking and talking itself up and down. And everybody don't give it no credit. Nobody give Revelation nothing. They over here telling you what the world, they got earthquakes. They got shortage of food. Wait a minute. What are you saying that's not in the biblical that they already warned us? Spirit and truth and already warned us of that. Come on with something else. You living in that day. Come on with something else. They can't. So they keep on giving you the same horse mess over and over because Ahaya ain't giving them nothing that surrounds spirit and truth. So they keep on giving you what keep they subscribers and their likes and their praise up. I'll turn all that mess in. As long as Ahaya is giving me the message or showing me things in visions and dreams and in the water, hey, I shoot all that on this devil platform. I could care less about the things he already prophesied that we was going to have: food, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, and all these things. Oh, next, what's next, Father, y'all? You see, they don't want to cover nothing else. I've been on this devil platform trying to get people to just putting it out there, saying it, the end game to Deuteronomy 28, they won't touch it. You know why? I believe they went in, they saw it, now they can't go back to it because the power they rest they're in the end game. But guess what it'll do? It'll cause these people to see the end game and get themselves right. Why? Because if you see the end game is for us to be destroyed mentally, then we should be working on our spirit. You see what I'm saying? We should be wanting to touch tag with a higher in spirit, because now we know the end game is to this flesh to be destroyed. Okay, y'all. I'm not gonna do it though. I'm not gonna do it. I wanted to go around and video the north side, south side, the North County, the South County of Missouri, and just show y'all how people are out on the streets. Really pretty much the tribe of Judah. And just showing you their minds and how they walk, in men and women. Minds are just gone. And it's not just those that's out on the streets. They're in your houses. You see? They're amongst your families. They're in your community. The full denial is, oh, it's nothing wrong. Them heathen Gentiles just keep bothering us. They doing this to us. Y'all better get with that end game. And even on this live chat, if you ain't read the full Deuteronomy 28, you should never come onto this live chat, because Deuteronomy 28 is a must read, because Yah is giving you the end game. But the beauty of it, go back to Deuteronomy 28 and hear what he said in the beginning. If you have any type of heart, compassion, mercy, you'll feel, wait a minute, look how he begging us. Look how he pleading with us to do right. Look at what Ahaya is saying to us. And then as you go on, you'll be able to say, that's what they get. There should be an end game. He pled with them, pleaded with them all the way to the end. But see, you won't get people who's wanting you to walk in Torah and say, okay, Torah, you want us to walk and live in Torah? Okay, live out Deuteronomy 28 and give us the end game. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it because they want you to believe their lies and to believe ways that's going to bypass spirit and truth and give you something that deceive you. Okay, hypocrites. That's what they are. Hypocrites. So I'm saying to you, it's important that you read Deuteronomy 28, because I believe that even this here prophet subject to come with his message regarding Deuteronomy 28. I will be glorifying the Most High Yah, praying that Yah keep him and keep on working and doing what he does best in this man, because it's not so much as what, like these so many ignorance. There is a lot of ignorant prophets and prophetess who's talking about, you still in my word, you still in my word. If you had any spirit and truth, you can't steal spirit and truth. How somebody gonna steal spirit and truth? It belonged to Ahaya. Nobody don't want your fleshly understanding, your fleshly wisdom, your fleshly knowledge, your fleshly emotions, your fleshly opinion. I get so sick. Y'all don't know it. Y'all should have seen that a couple of years ago. I mean, it's happening now too, where they was going up against each other because one was saying that you stole my message and you was been listening to me, and now you're trying to say the things that I'm saying. You stealing my message. And I was like, baby, if they are stealing your message, it's because your message is worldly. And what, because that stealing is what they do when it's worldly. You can't steal spirit and truth. You can't. That's y'all. That's the truth of the matter. You can't steal that. It ain't yours. It don't belong to you. You see how stupid that sounds? But they do it. And they doing it. You all might not, because you ain't really listening to a lot of them. A lot of them still doing it. That's what they doing when they challenging each other and going up against each other. And then one said, you listen to what I was saying, and now you trying to say what I said. Look, Sister Deborah glorified my most higher that the prophet spoke above what she was saying. I loved it. Above. And when I get off of here on this live chat, I'm going to finish it up. Yes, I am. Because he's speaking above what I have spoken. And I love that. I love that. Satan, were their minds taking a part in the end game? What do you mean? My mom asked, with the minds of Adam and Eve in the garden with Satan, were their minds taken a part in the end game? See, the end game, let me tell you what the end game is. The end game is when a higher has set a judgment and a curse upon a nation, okay, which is the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel, okay, the whole house of Israel. The end game, and to me, Deuteronomy really surrounds Judah, to be honest. The end game is understanding where and what Ahia was revealing to us from the beginning to the end. From the beginning to the end. I call it end game is because we took on not the beginning of it, of Deuteronomy 28, nor did we take on anything in between, nor did we take on the end. We only took ships, us coming here as slaves on ships. The words that identify us as the people coming here on ships. We didn't go all the way to the end of Deuteronomy. I call it the end game is because it's the end plan of a higher curse upon a people. So you don't want to know how what was his whole end thing about this curse, since at the beginning it was about what and how he felt about us. But at the end, what was the end of the result of our curse? The judgment that he put on us. What was the end? And if you read it, and that's what I'm asking you all to do, is just that simple. Just read it. And then take a pencil and write what is the results of the end of the curse that we're in. What is the end? I call it end game. And Adam and Eve in the garden with Satan, were their minds taken apart in the end game? No. No. The end game is when the Most High have set a way, okay? And you have to see him at the beginning of it. And he set the way, and he caused the judgment and the curse to take place. What is the end game? I'm going to give you another one. I'm going to show you another one, what I'm talking about. When you go to Genesis, let me show you something. When you go to Genesis, after they had sinned, my book is torn out. And Ahia said unto the serpent, but see, mine is torn out. But he put into enmity between woman and between her seed. It shall bruise thy it shall bruise thy head, I think, and thou shall bruise the heel. And this here, I can't see it because it's all torn out. But when he told you about woman and how the things that was going to happen to her, if you knew the end game of it, I should have got my other Bible. See, it's torn, mine is torn out. The whole piece is, so I can't really, but look at that and you see at the end game of when he cursed, when he brought that upon Eve for what they say she had done. And he said the house, he should rule over thee. And then he turned around and he said that her desire should be to her husband, and how bringing forth, it should have said bringing forth children, but it didn't. It's sad, y'all. It's saying just being I got to go get my book. Let me go get the other book. And I'm going to show you where sister is talking about spirit and truth in the end game, so you can pretty much understand. No, none of the tribes will be as bad off as Judah. Now, let me explain something to y'all. And I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to keep saying it. You need to read, y'all. See, when Judith's mother was had conceived him, all them times she was competing against them other women and all them other babies by Jacob, when Judah came along, she began to praise Ahiah. She began to recognize Ahiah after she birthed Judah. She begins to praise the Most High Ahiah. When Ahiah put Judah in her, she began to worship and serve Yah. Now, what happened with all them other kids? She never did. But Judah, see, y'all don't understand. Judah didn't cut up from the floor up, y'all. And no one wants to accept that. No one really wants to get that. Now, I want to tell you something. The reason why Judah is bad off, let me tell you something. I'm going to get you where it's at. Okay. Did you know your son, his power down Judah? His son, his sacrifice, the lamb, down Judah. And look what Judah is doing in the world today. This is why Judah need his butt whooped. See, we keep on trying to let Judah off. We can't. We're taking Judah's side over Ahiah. Go back, read, and see how horrible this nation is. The tribe of Judah. That's why many of them, all these men, they would talk about Hebrew Israelites, but when you finish, they would tell you Judah is the worstest one. And he still is today. I can't convince people that. They don't want to read. They don't want to sit up under the Ruach HaKodesh and let them teach them. They don't want to do anything. Judah is a ugly people. Why is y'all calling these people stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient? Because he ain't got nothing else to do? Is that why y'all saying that? Why is he calling them whoremongers? Why is he saying it's going to be like the days of Lot? Wait a minute, Father Ahiah. How you bringing that on down the line? Where that come from? Well, that's what it's going to be, y'all. Judah is an ugly people. If our people do not see that 85% of our males have tried homosexual or living it behind the closet. And y'all walking around here like Judah is all that and this, and somebody's bothering them. Why do you think the curse is still on Judah? No one ever give it a thought. Because we are some ugly people. We refuse to do anything. according to Ahaya. So we want to make ourselves look good. It's like a mother wants to make her 3 sons be all that and some, and she know they hair raiser. She know they robs and steal. They sell drugs in their community. They didn't kill people. But yeah, those are my babies. Those are my sons. And will stand up in any court to defend them, even if they took down 12 people with their own gun. That mother will stand there to defend them. That's how deep it is for me as a sister. One in the wilderness is that I can't seem to get people to read for themselves. Don't take what I say. Take what Ahaya say when he's teaching you, when he's revealing these things. But nobody don't want to do that. Because honestly, Judah is a ugly. You're right. That's why they don't talk about other tribes. You are exactly right. Because the truth, spirit and truth matter. The spirit and truth matter. Judah is the ugly one. And when I sit there and I said to y'all just now that I'm going to go around and I'm going to do a video so y'all can see what our men are at. And the Most High said, no, you ain't. No, you ain't. Because if you even showed them, Deborah, for the next 2 years, they still wouldn't believe it. They'll still turn around and say, ain't nothing wrong with Judah. They bothering us. Until you are destroyed. The end game of the curse. Destroyed. And what I'm telling you, I was on a video to show y'all the minds of our men are totally 100% destroyed. You got more than 85% of our men having sexual contact with men. I'm sitting on this Deborah platform. I'm like looking. I said, Father, wait a minute. Father, Ahaya, that one there is gay. That one there is messing with me. He said, you can go to throughout all of them you want, Deborah. You can see it. I gave you the gift to see it. But I'm like, and they sitting on here hooping and trying to teach you all. And I'm telling you all, they got to try to make it back to the way they were once in control over everything. That's what they're trying to get. So you won't see that they are out here messing with men. Let me tell you another thing. Y'all might not remember 2 years ago, I used to talk about I had an issue the way they are embracing each other. Men embrace each other now. Y'all ain't even pay that no attention. You never will. And that's what I'm going back to spirit and truth. Nobody wants the truth of the matter of what is before them. They want to believe a lie. The men embrace each other totally different than they once used to. You know why? It's because they are now trying to detach themselves to each other, to be on one accord with each other, in spite of what evil, wicked, or hate, homosexual, anything going on. Their whole goal is to try to stay in one, not in Yah, one in Yah. They ain't trying to do that. They trying to stay in one to go up against woman, to go up against the Gentiles and the heathens. They're not caring about what in my church or in my group or in my church form or in my whatever. We got men we know that's homosexual and practicing it. But we ain't gonna have no issue with it. We gonna come in one because they think their battle is flesh and blood against woman, because they want to make it back to Torah, to live back in the days where all the darkness was hidden, even homosexual. I said about 2 years ago, I was talking about why these men embracing each other different. You know, when they embrace each other, their bodies are more closer to each other when they hugging each other. And I'm like, wait a minute, something wrong with this picture, Father Ahaya. He said, you know what's going on. You know what's going on. Lot of it's going on. And tribe of Judah is big time in that. Not all the other tribes, but the tribe of Judah is. Yeah, they horrible. You see how they act? The adults is just as bad. You're right. I agree. Yeah, and but you would never know it that they are, and you got to understand now Judith when before he was born when Leah, I think that's her name, when she was pregnant, she began to praise and thank the Most High Yah for Judith because she didn't think she was going to be able to have anymore, but she began to praise, and now what do that mean? She began to believe in Ahiah once she was conceived, Judith. All her other kids, she didn't give them Ahiah at a time of day. You see how these things is real. So you have to see why Judith needs to be held accountable. Because they don't think of stuff like that. They don't even go nowhere near it. But Ahiah do have their number. He knows who's who and what's what. The good thing about heavens, it's going to have all 12 tribes, but not the 12 tribes as they teaching you. Only those that have been handpicked by Ahiah. That's it. See, they got you thinking we going to be able to kill, steal, destroy, because what they're doing is they're okay in so much sin. The tribe of Judah has such a heavy heart to approve a lot of this wicked and evil on the earth that's connected to the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, to where they don't even care. You see, they don't care, and they don't even understand why. If y'all allowed the Messiah to come out of their lineage, when you think they will be the ones that's upright, the ones that's trying to bring peace and unity, or teach the men how to love the women and let the women teach the women how to love their husband. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. They want chaos. Let me say that example. And I'm not trying to be negative, but listen to this. I looked up for a state sale today, and I wanted to go because I was going into the area of North County where Black people reside. And I sat and I thought about it. I said, I don't know if I want to go over that way. But since I had so much time, I said, you know what? I'm going to go into the estate sale. And when I got to that estate sale, I felt so embarrassed to see and to hear my people talk and how they conduct themselves. Just off the chain. I mean, it makes me feel really bad. And I cannot get over the fact that this is what Yah is saying when he's saying stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient, whoremongers, and when he's saying it, he said it for a reason. Our people is what we refuse to accept. They are what Yah said that they are. And we run around here and try to make them not be what was already called out and prophesied that they would be. Knowing that the Messiah came out of their lineage. Knowing that the mother of Judith, that was her only time where she started to praise Ahiah, is when Judah was birthed. See, now she had many children, but it's just that when Judah came, you see that? It's just strange how we embrace all the ways of Judah, no matter what they do and how they do it. And you watch the men wants to say they know Ahiah and they wants to walk in Ahiah or know him, but they don't want nothing righteous. They don't want just. They don't want righteousness. You guys, they don't want to go in the light. They don't want to get out of the darkness. They don't want to do nothing that leads them to the bosom of the Most High Yah. They want to do the opposite. I look at our men and I say, and I know I shouldn't have said that. I remember I was walking behind. I wasn't walking behind, but they was further in front of me, and it was two guys and it was three guys, but one had his pants all the way down. He was every bit of my age. I told him, if you don't pull your darn pants up, He got so mad at me because the other ones started laughing. They pulled theirs up, but he got mad. Now, why did the ones that was 30 and 40 pull their pants up? But then you get mad at me because I'm telling you to pull your darn pants up. I didn't come out here to see your pants, your butt. Pull your darn pants up! And he got mad, and the other ones started laughing. The other ones that was with him, they pulled their pants up. They didn't say nothing nasty or smart to me, but he turned around. Yeah, but just pull your darn pants up. They don't see nothing wrong with them. The elders, it's worse as the young. The young ain't got a chance in the world. Because all you have to do is go back to Torah and see what y'all said. Y'all messed up from the floor. And y'all children, and y'all children gonna be worse than y'all. Not gonna be worse than y'all, gonna be like unto y'all. As the time go on, y'all, they're gonna be just no turning back. And that's what's happening. And no one cares. No accountability. They ain't gonna be accountable. Because right now they thinking every nation is bothering them and they all good and dandy. But what they don't understand, y'all got their number. He knows what he's finna do with them nations. He already done told us what he's going to do to them. Why we won't have respect for what he got planned and get our tails right. They won't do it. How can we think that we can continue to do things against a higher, but they supposed to? This is the problem I'm having. How do you expect the heathens and the Gentiles to respect you when you can't even respect your own self? How do you expect the heathens and the Gentiles to look at you to be anything if you don't have no integrity, no morals, no standards about yourself? How is it you go into a place, your pants hanging, you got a cigarette, and you're going in a place with your legs gapped, trying to hold your pants? Y'all, men, I'm telling y'all, you have made our whole nation look so bad. And you're making it worse and worse and worse. So when y'all says to me, Deborah, see, you shall be hated, it's because you're going to be out of the tribe of Judah. But you're going to be on my side. You're going to be on my side, but they're going to hate you. Look at the reason why they're hated. The Hebrew Israelite men, not one time. They refuse to look at themselves in the mirror. And how you can look at yourself, all you have to do is go to Deuteronomy 28. You say, okay, Father, I see what you're saying. We gone, Father. I salute your judgment, your chastising, your discipline, your curse, because you got to set right here. We gone. Instead, they're out there trying to make women as crazy as they are and hateful. I haven't heard a lot lately like it once was a couple of months ago. Maybe because I don't get on YouTube no more. That might be it. I don't even get on here and be bothered with a lot of this stuff. Because when he's saying it's over, it's like, Deborah, it's nothing you're going to say or do to change. Only thing you're going to make a difference in those who already know that there's a narrow gate and they head into the light and the narrow gate. Outside of that, anything else, you can hang it up. And I'm going to tell y'all something. And I think it's kind of sad. Yah is not going to deliver the people like they think, okay? When he was talking about how he's going to clean them up in the filth and put a new heart in them, guess when he's going to do that? When he get them over to the new Jerusalem. So therefore, how do you get out of Babylon? You see? See? They don't understand there's a lot that's going to go down. They're going to go down with. You're going to go down with them because they really believe that they're going to escape it. No, you're not, baby. Deuteronomy already nailed it, and that was in Torah, telling you you're going to be destroyed. But what you do is, okay, Father, if I'm going to be destroyed in my thought pattern, in my flesh, let me get right in my spirit. That's what and while I got a right mind, I'm going to get the spirit right with you, Father. I want you to abide in me so I can abide in thee and we can become one. And if this go, Father, it don't matter. We here together. We connected here in the spirit realm. You see what I'm saying? This is moving above many, because it's not like you're trying to say, oh, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to lose it. Oh, I don't want. No. You want to salute whatever he say. Embrace it. And know that the part of you that's here in your spirit is where he abide. He don't have nothing to do with your nasty flesh. A lot of people have not did their spiritual study on the mind of the flesh. Is different from the mind of the spirit. You see, they don't know that. They don't know anything about that because they never understood spirit and truth. They don't understand that. They don't understand there's an eye that can see that's spiritual that your natural eyes cannot see. They don't understand that. They don't understand there is an ear that you can hear spiritual that has no connection where your natural ears can hear. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, let's get our inner man, which is our spirit, right where Yah cry out to Abba, Abba. Pour out to him. Even when we go into our closet, we got to come spirit in the closet. You can't come out of this flesh. This nasty flesh can't come into his closet where he reside, where he pour out his mercy and grace beyond the spirit so you can understand. No, it's not in your flesh. So when he said destroy, I'm like, okay, you about right. You are about right. Because I was wondering in the last year and a half, Father, these men are gone. Women too. I said, they are gone. And see, I never knew. I did not know until the Father revealed to me, Deuteronomy 28, Deborah, you don't see the end game? You don't see what happens at the end of the curse? I went back there and I said, till they destroy. You mean to tell me we're going to be destroyed? He said, yes, you are. So get it right here in your spirit. So when this is out of whack, this here, because that's what's going to go into the New Jerusalem, y'all. That's what's going to go into the New Jerusalem. So it's high time we learn really what this thing is. And it's a sad thing. I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something was even worse. Let me tell y'all something. Here this book is here. Okay. This is a King James. They call it New and Old, beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelation. Only 2 chapters was when it was perfect. No sin, sinless, perfect. Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. And if they missed it then, they missed everything in here. So how do they get back? How do they get back? They got to go back and believe that a higher son, his power, down to walk with the angel called Yeshua, which is the Son of Man. And his power was called the Son of Yah, the begotten, his only begotten, his only begotten. That's the only time he ever did that. Came down with the Son of Man to work the mission to redeem you back to him. That is believing in that. That is speaking it. But Yah says, Deborah, the belief is spirit and truth. It's not the belief someone confessed just with their mouth. They got them thinking that. No, Deborah, it's spirit and truth. It's something in them. I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. You see, so we really missed a lot of stuff, y'all. We missed a whole lot of stuff in the whole beginning to the end of the Bible, and because we failed to grip the 2 verses, the 2 chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. We never did identify a higher. We never owned up to who he was and who he is and who he shall be. We never did own up to it. We looked at his right hand and said, oh, we ain't denying that. We ain't gonna get no power with that. We don't want the power. That's why he was talking about and denying the power. And they denied the power all the way through. And guess what? The power was showing up and showing out in Yeshua showing up and showing up, and they missed it. You see, they never saw it. See, and then he said, and you shall receive power. Wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. That's why you don't see the works, because the power is not there, because it was denied, and it has been, and it's going to continue. So I'm like Solomon now. Okay, Solomon. He said, Deborah, it's vain and vats. Enjoy what you got, because that's your portion. It's over, Deborah. And that's what Solomon was saying when he was saying everything is vain and vats. He didn't say that at the beginning. He said that at the end when he realized, oh, wait a minute, Deborah, I realized it just like you did. And I was like, that's it, Solomon. It's over. You know, because and he's not, that grace and mercy is the only thing that's existing at this day and time. That's it. That's it. That grace and mercy. And it's letting sin, wicked and evil, iniquity, transgression, everything take place. It's letting it. The grace and mercy said, okay, I'm just getting the grace and mercy out. Y'all doing everything against what I said not to do. And y'all doing it against me purposely. And y'all having fun doing it. But that's okay. There's a time where grace and mercy ain't gonna be there. And you're gonna be judged based on what you continue to do in my face. Oh yeah, you're gonna be measured. You ain't getting away with it. So Sister Deborah, is not gonna hold you long, and we'll say, do your study on Deuteronomy 28. I think I said that a million times, and hear the end game. Hear the end game of Deuteronomy 28. Because there's an end to it. It's an end to the curse. It's an end to the whole curse being in captivity. It's an end to it. So, yeah, and that's something else I need to get back into Revelation, because I think Revelation is finna fold. I really do. Revelation is about to fold up, and I think I need to get back to it. I was really in it, but I really need to get into it because all the horses has been released. The seal of his, the angel sealing Yah's has been taking place. I need to get back. And I think that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to lay down and I'm going to really look into. But here, chasing my history, or chasing history. He has a really good a message he put out for yesterday, and it makes a lot of spiritual understanding. And I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you tuning in on the live chat, and I will be back again. So shalom and shalom.